What's going on, y'all? So in this video, we're just going to have ourselves a little chat about Blade and Soul Neo and my thoughts on where I think the game is at, how it's performing, some issues that I have with the game that I feel are hurting Blade and Soul, and yeah. So we'll just get right to the bullshit right away. First, which everyone has a problem with, is the skill book system and the vitality system. So my issue with the skill book system, and this is what I feel is going to scare off a lot of players. It's going to scare off a lot of new players, because this is like the biggest hurdle in the game, and it's just the uncertainty, the fact that everything is RNG, so you can't really farm for what you want, so it's not really motivating. And on top of that, you got the vitality system that gets in the way of you farming for your skills, because your skills are important, and the blue skills are really where you start to bring your character's build into fruition, and they're not really. I mean, it's they're not hard to get, but the one that you want is hard to get. Like, for instance, if I want, if the problem is that the vitality system is getting in the way of the skill book system, and what I mean by that is, in order for me to get a blue skill, I need 20 pages of the green books. So if I get 20 pages of the green book, I have a chance. There's an RNG chance, and more often than not, you're going to fail at making a blue book, and you're just going to get a green one. So the issue is, if you're a free-to-play player, you only get to run about 9 dungeons. Like, Bad Bug Raiders right now is basically your best chance of getting books to try and transmute into blue books, but it uses 12 vitality. You only get 100, so you only get 9 runs out of it. In order that 9 runs, you may only accumulate enough pages to try and transmute twice if you're lucky, and the fail rate is higher than the success rate. So the problem is, you know, like, if there's a specific skill that I want, even if I can successfully transmute a book, it's RNG. So there's no certainty. You don't have a vision of your end goal. Like I have Ice Rain now, thank God. But if I wanted Ice Rain, I would be so unmotivated to try and farm for it, because I don't know if I'm going to get it. Even if I get a blue book, I still got to hope that I get it out of the 20 other different skills that there are. So it's just really discouraging. And then for some classes, like, a lot of people were having issues with Summoner, because the Sunflower skill is like an essential skill, and Summoners are basically unplayable without it. But it's a blue skill. So if you ain't gonna fork over some cash and you're a free-to-play player, and you're trying to farm for this skill, it's just not motivating, because you don't know if your next blue book is even going to give you that skill or not. Um, so it's gonna start scaring off players, because players aren't getting to see, like, a lot. I'm seeing a lot of, like, these MMO reviewers that have never played Blade and Soul before, and they're basically playing the game for like 5-6 hours, or they're playing to just till they get to end combat, and their complaints are, "Oh, the combat's good, but it's not great," and that's because they're not getting their blue skills. You need your blue skills. Once you get your blue skills, combat completely changes. It becomes more fluent, it becomes more consistent, you're doing more damage, you're keeping focus, so you're always in the action, and the combat stays faster, versus when you lose in focus and you're slowing your combos down. So it's just like, it's not motivating. So, like, they need to change it. The skill book system obviously isn't going away, because it's so integrated into this game. But what they need to do is they need to give you some kind of a guarantee. So, like, for me, if I was a Force Master that wanted the Ice Rain skill, there has to be some system in place that can guarantee I can get that specific skill I want, even if it's at a higher cost. So, like, for example, it takes 20 green pages to transmute, to attempt to make a blue page. Okay, but that's RNG. So why not give us another option where it takes 200 green pages, and that gives me a 100% success rate, or I can trade it into a vendor like you do the Valor Stones for the green skills, and I can pick the specific blue skill I want. Just make it cost more. So like I said, 20 pages gives you an RNG chance, but if you set it to like 200 pages, which is it could be like, that's like almost a week's worth of farming if you're a free-to-play player. So, but at least there's a goal. At least you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, if it's a skill I really want, cool. I'll save those pages. I'll work all week, and at least in my mind, in my mentality, it's like I'm gonna get this skill. I don't have to hope that it's RNG, or I can take my chances and use 20 pages and get an RNG. That would help. That would be great. But also the vitality system's getting in the way, because if I'm farming for blue skills and I can only do 9 dungeons a day, once I'm done, and if you're doing bad bug raid, which is like in my opinion the best way to get pages, because you can do that dungeon run in like 5 minutes literally, and the boss will drop up to 3 books, so that's anywhere from to 15 pages if you're lucky. But after, you can do that like in an hour. So in an hour you're done. I'd have nothing else to do. I can't progress anymore because I can no longer attain loot because I've used all my vitality. So vitality gets in the way, because now I'm like, well, I want these skills, but I can't do anymore, so I might as well just shut the game off and screw off for the day. So I think they should reduce the cost of the vitality for dungeons. I think they should be 5. That's fair. They should be 5. They shouldn't be 12 and 10. It should cost 5 to do a dungeon, and it costs us 1 to do a world boss. And like, it just, that way it gives you more hope. Cause like even with me, like with my gear, I've only got a few blue skills. So Ice Rain's one of them. My Massive Snowball's another one. And I think I've got a blue skill for Cold Snap, I believe, and Bellfire. And my Ice Shield, I think. But these are all just random ones. Other than Ice Rain, I still want Frost Fury, but that's a purple one, and that's ridiculous. Like the player cost. So that needs to change. They need to do something. They need to lower the cost, or increase the RNG chances of crafting a blue book, or give us some kind of system where we can dedicate ourselves to doing something where we're guaranteed a skill that we want. Because like I said, it's gonna start scaring players away. It's already scaring players away. I'm looking at the forums and watching videos where people are saying I quit because it's just too tedious. I can't get the skills that I want because either players are selling them on the market for ridiculous prices, or I'm running out of vitality before I can transmute, or if I'm it's just failing. So the player base isn't going to stick around for that, man. It's an unnecessary obstacle compared to the last Blade and Soul, where in the last Blade and Soul I didn't need a skill book. I could go I want this skill. So if I wanted this, I could go, no, instead I want this, boom, boom, and I could put harmony points into it to go down each tier versus needing a skill book. And then on top of the skill book it creates another obstacle, which is PvP. So if you want to do PvP and PvE, you literally need 2 sets of accessories, one for your PvP and one for your PvE. Because back in the day, if I'm playing PvP, whether it's open world or I'm playing in Battlegrounds, for instance, because that's basically the only arena we had as a Force Master in the old game. If I'm going up against a Blade Dancer, or after a couple minutes, I figure out, which is the best enemy to go after, who's stronger, who am I geared to fight. Like, let's say I'm playing a Blade Dancer, I could go, okay, so let me switch this skill to this skill, and then this skill to this skill, and then this one to this one. So now I'm spec specifically to fight, like, spin the winners. and then let's say I'm in the next round and I want to fight a Blade Master. I go, okay, well let me pick this skill down to this tier, and then pick this one, and pick this PvP skill, and then switch this for my Blade Dance. You can't do that. So you can't even. The problem with these stupid skill books is PvE is its own thing. Like PvE has its like there's a jack of all trade skills for PvE, but when it comes to PvP, certain skills are more effective against certain enemies, whether it's Blade Master, Blade Dancer, Destroyer, Summoner. Certain skills work differently, but I can't have the it's not. It's stupid to have 3 and 4 sets of different accessories and have that many skills that I got to switch out accessories if I want to spec towards a specific enemy type. It's such a big obstacle, and I really don't understand why they decided to go with the skill book system. It makes no sense why they decided to make an obstacle. If this game is almost like one of their main advertisements is, oh, relive the nostalgic adventure of Blade and Soul. So you want to bring your old Blade and Soul retail players back, and we're used to such an easy skill system that we could pick whatever we want, and you're going to inconvenience us with this extra dumb crap that we're not used to. This is not a quality of life. This takes away quality of life. And Blade and Soul Neo was supposed to be, on top of sort of like a remaster, it was supposed to be a quality of life change. When it came, it was supposed to improve the market, so it's not so pay to win, and it's still obviously pay to win. The only difference between this game and Blade and Soul retail now is the pay to win benefits other players now, because it puts money in their wallets versus us just giving money directly to NCSoft, and they just profit from our money and no one else benefits. Now NCSoft still gets their money because you know they're gonna get their money. But now players also benefit because you can sell so much more on the marketplace. You couldn't do that in Blade and Soul retail. I couldn't buy a weapon. Like if I wanted this weapon, the true Siren weapon, if I didn't want to spend time grinding and going and doing level after level and spending resources to try and upgrade this thing, I could literally go on the marketplace and buy this weapon fully upgraded. It's expensive, because players are going to make it expensive, but you can do that. You couldn't do that in Blade and Soul retail. You had to buy materials and then hope your success rate would go up. And that's another thing. I'm spending all this time, or I'm spending my limited time gathering resources to try and upgrade my weapons, and already there's fucking fail chances. There's already a fail chance. So on top of how limited the gold is in this game, I got to deal with fail chances, which means I'm going to lose materials, I'm going to lose gold, and I'm limited to my vitality. I can only do 10 dungeons, or 10 to 9 dungeons a day, other than doing your dailies. But then I can't farm for those materials no more. So now you're making me stop playing the game. Why are you making me stop playing the game? I thought you want us to play the game. Why are you making me stop? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, after playing, I'm still enjoying the game. The game for me is still fun because I'm a huge fan of Blade and Soul. These systems suck, but obviously I'm dealing with it. I'm still playing. I'm still gearing up. So I got my legendaries and stuff. So I mean, you're gonna have your hardcore player base, but that's the thing. You don't want to dwindle your population back down to your hardcore player base, because if that's the case, I might as well just jump back on Blade and Soul retail, because that's where the hardcore player base stayed, was there. If you're just trying to keep your hardcore player base here, you wasted your time. You could have just left us in Blade and Soul retail and not even made this game, because you're scaring players off. You're scaring players off, and I'm already noticing the population going down because of channels. There's not as many channels as there used to be in some of these areas, the Cinderlands, and I know a lot of people moved over to Necropolis and that because they're farming, field bosses and stuff. But even then, sometimes there's only like 10 channels open versus like almost 30. So you can tell that the population's going down because there's too many obstacles. You made too many obstacles, and I don't understand why. Like, it makes no sense. The vitality system gets in the way because it limits how long I can play the game and how long I can acquire items. Then you've got already we're only a month into the game really, and we've already got fail chances. Fail chances. When Blade and Soul Retail came out, there was no fail chances for almost like the first year. And you're already giving us fail chances already for upgrading materials when it's already limited? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense why you want to put... It makes no sense why you want us to be limited on how much we can play this. And it's like, you can't buy these materials. Like, you can't buy element powder. Like, to upgrade this weapon. I can't buy this. I can't buy element powder. I have to play in the game. I have to get these broken crystals, and then I have to trade them into a vendor, but I can only get 4 chests, or 5 chests, which gives me 50 of which material I decide to choose. So that's only given me, for my accessories now, like for this, I have 61 of these, but if I'm trying to upgrade them as much as I want, because now I just got my weapon to True Siren, so now I'm working on my accessories. I just ran out of gold. Like, there's really no way to get gold other than doing your dailies and your battle pass, and that's RNG. But I'm limited. I'm limited to what I can do. I ran out of gold, and eventually I'm going to run out of this. So I'm only going to be able to get 50 a day, and that means I'm not going to have enough gold because it costs 25. It costs 25 gold to evolve this, and you can't make 25 gold a day on your dailies. So you're waiting maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe more, before you have enough gold. So then I'm gonna get one chance to upgrade this, and it's gonna fail. Look at the fail chance. Look at that. That was from one upgrade. It only put me up 8%. So I'm probably gonna fail this thing like 5 or 6 more times. So if you do the math, 5 times like 3. That's like 15 more days before, you know, or even longer. Or, no, 5 times 3, yeah, no, yeah, that's even more days. No, I'm doing my math wrong. Sorry, I'm not thinking. But this is going to take weeks just for this one, and this was the problem. This was the problem in Blade and Soul Retail. It was taking so long and so many resources just to upgrade one item. And God forbid if they start adding back in the gems. They start adding back in the pets. And they start adding back in the gems for the pets. Because your weapon can hold 8 gems. 1 gem could take, if you're a free-to-play player, 1 gem could take months to upgrade. And you got 8 for your weapon. Then you've got 8 for your pet. So God forbid they start bringing those systems back. Blade and Soul, don't overcomplicate your game again. That was one of the problems. You had too many things to deal with. Keep this as simple. Don't change this. Don't give us no goddamn gems for the weapons. Don't if you're gonna give us a pet, give us a pet. But let it be that. Don't add goddamn gems to the pets. We don't. That's too much work. That's too much stuff. These are gonna be a bitch to upgrade. These are gonna be like. You already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 17 things to upgrade just to boost your stats up. 17. And one of these alone can take weeks. One of these alone can take weeks to upgrade. If you're a free-to-play player. Unless you want to be a whale and spend thousands of dollars, but even then, like, I thought we were trying to get away from that. But obviously not, because when you go and look at these skill books, like for me, let's see here. I know I'm rambling on here. Frost Fury. So that's gone down in price, which actually I'm surprised. Now I kind of want it. But Frost Palm. Look at that. 14,000. 14,000. Endcoin, or crystals. That's over $100. If you want this book, that's over $100 for a skill book. See, now that's kind of the problem. you're at the mercy of players' greed when it comes to this because they set the prices on these. But like that's $140, and if you're Canadian like me, that's like $200. So it's expensive, and I thought we were trying to get away with that with Blade and Soul Neo, but like this is it. Like if you go NCSoft, if you go any further than this when it comes to gear, you're gonna fall right back into the same place Blade and Soul retail was, because it just became way too complicated to upgrade anything when every single item you had fail chances at that point. Don't bring the souls back. Like, not this soul, but the other actual soul. Don't bring those souls back. Don't bring the talismans back. Don't bring the hearts back. We don't want that stuff. That's too much stuff. Don't bring all that stuff back, please. I'm worried about the game, man. I'm worried about this game. Just because, like, when this game first came out in retail, we didn't have all these obstacles. We didn't have fail chances. We didn't have the vitality system. We didn't have the skill books. Why would you bring this game back and you're hoping to bring your player base back from retail and make it less quality of life? It just makes no sense. You need to change this stuff, man. You need to give players a guarantee of something. Everything in this game can't be RNG. Nobody likes RNG. And it's okay, I guess, to have some RNG for certain things, but you should always have an alternative, definite alternative besides RNG and hope. If there's a skill I want, let me work the fuck for it, whether it takes me a week or not. At least I know I'm working towards something, and I know I'm going to get that something that I want at the end of the week, that 2 weeks, I don't care. But every single thing being RNG in this game is just a way of money grabbing, and it's plain to see. If everything's RNG, that means you're going to waste more materials, which means you're either going to want to swipe your card, or you're going to keep playing the game, but you're going to go nowheres, or your progression is going to be so slow. Like, to upgrade this is probably going to take a week worth of material or more to go up one level, and I'm only going to go up 5 fucking attack power. That's it. I'm going to work weeks. I'm going to work possibly 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, just for this one item to gain 5 more attack power? Really? And then I still got to work on this and this. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you're seeing this before Bloodshade Harbor comes out, don't bother upgrading these. Don't. Because the bottom accessories for Bloodshade, so your purple accessories and possibly other legendaries are going to come from Bloodshade Harbor. So don't even waste your time upgrading these, because these aren't even worth upgrade. What's this like? 343. So 5 attack power. I'm going to waste 2 transformation stones and element powder to hopefully upgrade this to gain 2 attack power. So I'm going to waste materials for 2 attack power. It's just not worth it. So guys, if you see this, if you watch the video this far up, don't upgrade your bottom accessories. It's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it because Bloodshade's going to be coming out soon, and you're going to have stronger stuff for free. So don't upgrade these. Don't even upgrade these. Don't upgrade your purple accessories up top. Don't upgrade these until you get your legendaries, then start upgrading these. I don't know, man. I'm enjoying the game. I still love Blade and Soul, but I'm just worried about the population. I'm gonna stick around, obviously, because I'm a hardcore fan of Blade and Soul, and I'm just happy to be playing Blade and Soul again. But for you know, the not so hardcore players, man, I'm worried that this game's gonna start scaring them off, because there's too many obstacles in the way right now. I thought JJ was supposed to be here to try and change some of this shit, but it just looks like we're still dealing with massive RNG gambling hope in swiping your wallet. I don't know. Gameplay is good, content's fun, but just the decisions they've made, I don't understand. I don't understand why they're doing it this way, and I'm just really worried about the game. And yeah, other than that, I'm just rambling on kind of repeat myself, but I just thought cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little frustrated with this now. Like I really am, with how limited the resources are, how limited I can do this. Yeah, I've got vitality potions, but not everybody does. Not everyone's playing. Not everyone's paying to play like that. So, you know, your the margin of your players aren't going to be paid players. You're going to get players that are going to come in. They're going to pay for the battle pass, yeah, and they may chuck out a couple dollars for some accessories, or I mean, sorry, some outfits and stuff. But the way that the system's lining up, man, it's leaning over to pay to win. It's leaning over for me to want to swipe my credit card, because instead of doing all this stupid grinding for 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, for me, instead of me grinding for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks for fucking 15, 16 accessories, I can just swipe my card, go to my weapon, choose Siren Bangle, or Sealed Siren Bangle, sorry. Sealed True Siren Bangle. And just, for 1,500, I can just buy that. I can just buy that now. Just swipe it and buy it. And that's going to save me a bunch of money. Or it's going to save me a bunch of time. It's going to save me weeks of grinding. Let's see accessories here. Ring. Awakened Paharan ring. Oh, they're all gone. See, they're all being sold because people don't want to go through the time of farming. Me, I'll swipe this. This is basically $10. Swipe my card for $10. I'll have my legendary accessory instead of running dungeons over and over again. These, what are they selling for? They're disappearing real quick. So I think that was 8,000 for an awakened one. Yeah, 8,000. So for $80, I can swipe my credit card, and I've got an upgraded one, which is going to take me weeks and weeks and weeks to upgrade. I can just have an awakened Paharan ring, and yeah, just from swiping my card and save myself weeks and weeks. It's leaning on pay to win. Like forced pay to win. Like if you want to make any kind of significant gains, you're gonna want to swipe a card, unless you're like a mastermind of the marketplace and you can manipulate the market enough to just keep making all this end coin or these freaking crystals. But yeah, that's about it for now. I'm sure I'll have a whole bunch of other stuff that'll pop up in my head that I want to talk about as soon as I end this video. But for now, this is how I'm feeling. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video, y'all. Peace.